He is the boxing champion of Europe among school children. He is the winner of the European Championship among juniors. He's the only 15 years old, but he's a true master of sports and boxing. It was my dream, and have now realized it. He's called the future Muhammad Ali. I want to be just like him. Volodymyr Kushnir, a student of the Vinnytsia Pedagogical College, can be considered a worthy example in the world of sports among Ukrainian youth. After all, at the age of 15, this fellow has become one of the best boxers in Europe. I saw that he would be a sports champion because he works out every day and hard. Everything started with this photo. This young boy named Volodya is 5 years old in this photo. The cameraman dressed the boy in a boxing uniform on a New Year's holiday in kindergarten. Volodya liked the boxer's image so much that he decided he wanted to start training in this sport. I still recall very well the first day when Volodya came to our gym. His mother brought him here, and he looked like quite a strong boy, and it was only on the second day that I learned that he was only 5 years old. He openly admitted that initially he didn't want to accept the young boy because for him it was a huge responsibility to train a 5-year-old how to box in a group, which as a rule is for the most part made up of 10-year-old boys. After the training, one of my colleagues asked me, "You want to tell me you don't train breastfeeders?" I responded, "Do breastfeeders mature?" Of course, it was a joke. Every day, Volodya went through exhausting training shoulder to shoulder together with older boys for several years and never gave up. Moreover, he never said he would not go to train anymore. The first 2 weeks he attended gym every other day and then 6 times a week. We need to motivate the child, and it is very important that he has a greater desire to go forward than we do. That is, whatever he does should be interesting for him. In general, the best motivator is doing what you want to do. The young boy did not choose boxing by chance. Volodya weighed an amazing 4.65 kilograms and had a height of 59 centimeters when he was born, almost like Hercules. He was also very agile and quite the artful dodger. He could not sit in one place for a very long time. He was interested in everything. He crawled all over the room and got his hands on whatever he saw. Volodya's goal to become the best in boxing was his greatest driving force. This young boy was born to be a fighter right to the very end and go for victory. He was very nervous and agitated when he suffered 2 losses. I told him that he should train to the maximum so that nobody would be able to beat him. And he took this very seriously and said, "Grandpa, nobody will ever beat me again. I will do everything within my power to win every single fight." Volodya decided, since his childhood, that boxing is the essence of his life and that he will engage in that which is in his heart and soul. Why should parents force their child to attend music school at the age of 8 and later turn them into an economist? Parents should not force their child to engage in something that is not to their liking. Such demeaning words as "you can only become a groundskeeper" or "you will be nobody" are unacceptable and terrible when raising a child. In 2015, the boxing championship of Ukraine among young boys was held in Vinnytsia. Volodymyr Kushnir won the gold medal, proving that he's the lord of the ring, so to speak. After Volodya's victory, his coach came up to him and said he wanted to see tactics, but everything happened so quickly. One blow, and he put his opponent down on the floor. Volodya's grandmother admits that she does not attend her grandson's bouts. "I don't attend his bouts because I knew that I would burst into tears. It is very painful for me, and it seems as if they are beating me and not one another. If I am in the arena, he will not fight well. For that reason, I never personally go to watch his bouts, but we always watch his bouts on the computer or television." And this is Kharkiv in 2016, All-Ukrainian Junior Boxing Tournament. 96 boxers from many regions of the country took part in these competitions. This was the tournament of the strongest boxers of Ukraine. After all, the young boxer from Vinnytsia was the best and won gold in the 75-kilogram weight category. In this way, Volodymyr became the Ukrainian boxing champion among juniors. And once again, the third knockdown, and the referee stopped the match and sent the boxer from Poltava out of the ring. And that's it. In this age category, there can be only 3 knockdowns in one round. The fight is over.
Тільки 3 нокдауна в одному раунді. Бій закінчено.
Boxers come to the middle of the ring. Victory and the title of champion of the 3rd All-Ukrainian Junior Boxing Tournament goes to the boxer from the blue corner of the ring, Volodymyr Kushnir from the Vinnytsia Oblast. Volodya immediately came home and did not even change his clothing. He came to us, and we were waiting for him with open arms. We opened the door and he hugged and kissed us. We cannot express our happiness during this moment. And this is the European Junior Boxing Championship, which was held in Croatia in 2016. It was my first international fight. I was very nervous, but when I stepped under the ropes into the ring, all my excitement and worries disappeared, and I simply did what I had to do, namely, knock out my opponent. Volodymyr Kushnir from Vinnytsia won the gold medal and became the best boxer in his weight category 72 kilograms, fighting with 8 other guys. My rivals were better than me, and perhaps they were stronger. But I went there with a purpose, to win, and I achieved my main goal. The Moldovan was higher and 2 knockdowns at one moment. We watched a live TV broadcast. I do not know. We did not fully believe until the end of the match that this was a victory. When the fight was already over and the referee was about to raise the hand of the winner, the satellite TV connection was lost. The connection appeared when Volodya was named the winner and bowed to his family, friends and fans. By the way, the young boy had already developed his own ritual. After each victory, he bowed to all 4 sides of the ring. I was even shocked that someone raised my hand, and I did not know what was happening to me. Everyone screamed out in a rage of glory. I stepped out of the ring, went to the locker room, and a lot of people came to congratulate me. And I sat there crying together with my friends. Volodya returned home almost without bruises. This was an absolute victory. He's currently the best boxer in Europe. These photos were taken in the Carpathian Mountains. In addition to the daily 2-hour training sessions held at the Vinnytsia Sports School, boxers are sent to the mountains to train 3 times a year. In the mountains, we work out our physical skills, and we go through serious physical training 3 times a day. After winning at the European Championship, the 13-year-old Ukrainian boy was conferred a degree of Master of Sport. Photos of the young boxing champion were placed on billboards at all the bus stops throughout the city of Vinnytsia. Then Volodya became a true star, and his face was easily recognized by local residents. People showed photos with Volodya in Facebook and other social networks, writing, "We saw Vova." Volodya is also filmed in social video clips. In this video, he congratulates people with the greeting, "Happy New Year! Good friends and peace of mind! Happy New Year!" In this photo, Volodya is standing with other boxers wearing a Georgian national hat, and this was not by accident. After all, the international boxing tournament was held March 2017 in Tbilisi. There, the pupil of the Children's and Youth Sports School Vinnytsia, Volodymyr Kushnir, again became a prize winner. For his young age, Volodya has quite a high level of schooling in the sport of boxing, and I must honestly admit that he is one of the best boxers among his rivals in Ukrainian and European competitions. However, this competition is not for those with a powerful voice, rather for those with a strong punch. The European Junior Boxing Championship was held in the Bulgarian city Albana. Volodymyr Kushnir won a bronze medal in the weight category up to 75 kilograms. This is a significant achievement because the young boy fought against boxers that were a year older. To be honest, I was very concerned about whether he could pull it off. We won in the end. 1 year is a very big difference from a psychological standpoint.
Це дуже велика різниця. Дуже. Психологічна.
It's quite amazing that a 15-year-old boy already holds the title of Master of Sports in boxing. Master of Sports, this is exactly his lethal weapon. Earning such a respectable title as Master of Sports of Ukraine at the age of 15 is a major achievement. The boy admits that the most touching moment for him is raising the national flag of Ukraine after a victory in the ring. It is very important for me to represent Ukraine in different championships. Love for his native country was cultivated in Volodya from his birth. When he didn't sleep at night, his grandfather sang the national anthem of Ukraine to him, and the future champion immediately fell asleep. Volodya isn't the only grandson in the family. There are 6 of them, and all are boys. The grandparents say Volodya is so serious only in the ring, because that is what the sport of boxing requires. In ordinary life, he's a well-balanced and educated young boy. In his childhood, he was brought up to be strong and good, kind person from his heart and soul. He was always tender and amiable and never offended anyone when he was growing up. When he did something bad, he always came to his parents, hugged them, and said, "I won't do this again." By nature, he's very kind and he shows no anger. He always tries to help out whenever he can. However, when this youngster appears in the boxing ring, everything changes. He's a true fighter in the ring, and he fights to win. He's a totally different person in the ring. There he puts forth his best efforts to show what he's capable of and win the fight. He must be seriously angered in order for him to achieve the results that he aims for. When he steps onto the ring, he first always looks his opponent in the eyes, and when the fight starts, he takes a couple of blows. His eyes start to boil, and then he goes right to the very end and shows all of his strength and determination. Volodya shows all his capabilities in the boxing ring. It turns out that Volodya's boxing skills came in handy not only to defend himself, but also his family. There was one occasion when Volodya defended his mother from 4 assailants on the street. Seeing as there were 4 of them and I was one, I had no choice but to apply brute force to defend my mother. In general, I apply force only in extreme situations, but at that particular moment I was afraid for my mother and did what I had to do. Volodya first put one down and then the second one. He simply defended his mother and himself like a real macho man. After that, everyone showed respect for Volodymyr Kushnir. Cooking food is one of Volodya's favorite pastimes. He learned on his own how to fry, bake and cook. I like to cook and I can easily prepare food for myself. Volodya has a knack for preparing spicy food and has hot blood in him. This he inherited from his relatives who live in Georgia. He truly likes spicy dishes with pepper. This is an ordinary weekend for brothers. The boys arrange such fighting exercises almost every day. Volodya is a boxing champion of Europe. His brother Stas is a silver medalist of the Ukrainian championship in ZHURAKOVSKYI karate, and the youngest 7-year-old Ivan can also hold his ground in the ring.
Все, нету пацана.
Volodya, as the older brother, always wins when we are just playing around due to his great experience. We lace up the boxing gloves and put on headgear if necessary and simply spar. Sometimes we even fight barefisted without gloves. Vova trains me well in boxing. He shows me how to hold my fists and how to punch. My brother Stas won the European Championship and I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of him. He's really a cool dude. Outrageous and talented, brave and unbridled, independent and happy. They are our future and the future of Ukraine.